The new Capture One 16.3 release has some awesome updates, and we're going to talk about them right now. Well, hi everyone and welcome to Pal to Tech. Today we're talking about the brand new Capture One Pro version 16.3, and at the end of the video, I'll tell you how you can get up to 50% off, as well as a special code where you can get the Beyond Film Style Pack absolutely free. But first, let's go over Capture One's new features, starting with AI masking. You can now use AI to mask out your background or your subjects. So go into Capture One and open up the Layers and Masks tool, and you'll see these two new buttons right here, subject and background, and you'll also see an AI select tool as well as an AI eraser. Now, selecting your subject couldn't be easier. Just click the subject button. You'll see it start to prepare the mask, and then bam! Have a look at this. It did a fairly good job dealing with the hair. You see that right there? And of course, if you want to refine the mask, you can simply click on the Refine Mask button and make your adjustments from there. You see that? Now, don't forget that you can use the M key on your keyboard to toggle the red mask indicator on or off. Now, suppose you're driving around and you happen to see Superman standing in front of a liquor store, and you want to mask out Superman and perhaps make Superman, I don't know, black and white. If I go and I click subject, it's not exactly sure what my subject is. There's a lot of subjects in this photo. That is where you use the AI masking tool. Instead of just clicking the subject button, instead, what I'll do is click on the AI masking tool, just like that. Then I will hover the mouse over Superman and click. Boom. Now, if I zoom in, it did a really good job, but it looks like it may have missed part of his cape right there. You see that? As long as the AI selection tool is highlighted, if I hover my mouse over other areas of the subject, I can click and add additional parts that it missed. Click. Just like that. And it looks like it accidentally got the subject behind him. In that case, what I can do is click on the AI eraser tool, and now it changes to a different color. You see that? It's teal, and I just locate the selected area that I want to erase and click on it. Now that you have the subject that you want selected, you can go ahead and make any adjustments you need to it. In this case, I'll just turn down the saturation. Just like that. Now, the very first time you apply your AI mask, it puts it in its own layer, just like this. I'll go ahead and select the subject. Whoops, it got 4 out of 6 balloons. Not bad, but we need the other 2 balloons. Click on the AI selection tool. I could either hover over it like that and click, hover over this and click, or instead, I could click and hold down the mouse button and drag across. Have a look at this. And that might be faster in many cases. So now that you've got your subject, you can obviously change the brightness and make any other changes that you need. Now, obviously with this shot, I want to have the foreground a bit brighter as well. This time I'll select the AI selection tool and drag across everything that I want to sort of brighten up. And sometimes it's faster just to click and drag and draw the outline around. Then I can bring up the exposure for this area of the photo just like that. You see that? I was able to go from this to this, and all of it has been done in these 2 adjustment layers. What I love so much about the way that the AI masking works in Capture One is that you move the tool around your image, and then Capture One will kind of suggest what it thinks you want to select. And then you can make the decision to add that part of the image to your mask by clicking the left mouse button. And being able to add parts of the image to your mask is so handy because it works so quickly. Now, there is something else very cool that you can do with AI masking, and that is apply it to multiple images. In this case right here, I'm going to go ahead and select the background. Now that I have the background selected in this shot, I'm going to go ahead and maybe turn up the exposure a bit. And let's do a real ugly but very noticeable change. I'll go ahead and change the color of the wall just like that. Crank up the saturation. Now, once you've done making all of your adjustments and you want to apply those to multiple images, here's what you do. Go into Styles and Presets, click the little 3 dots right here, Save Custom Style, you see that? And make sure that Background Mask is checked. That is the mask that was created by the AI selection and what you've been working on when you've been making your adjustments. I'll go ahead and click Save and name it Purple. Now, I'm going to go ahead and select 4 images right here. I can then open up custom styles and select the saved custom style that I had created. It will now add that style to all 4 of these images. Now, obviously I'm going very quickly, and remember I'm doing the background. You could do the foreground and adjust skin tones and then apply those to multiple images. Another new feature that's been added to Capture One is called Snap to Eye. Now, you may have seen an initial version of this feature before in Capture One in the culling window, and I actually went over on how to do this, and it was kind of inconvenient because you couldn't use it when you were just in the regular program. Now you can. By default, it's in the Refine Tool tab, and it's the tool called Focus. You see it right here? It gives you some options: center to eye, center to face, or none. Plus, you can zoom in as well. So now, whenever you're just browsing through images, you can immediately see if your subject's eye is in focus or not. Hard to tell from here, but not in focus. Not that great either. Ah, that one's better. Now, Capture One has just added a brand new feature called retethering, okay? Now, here's the problem. As of right now, there is no support for Fujifilm cameras for what's called retethering. It's currently supported only in Canon or Nikon cameras. Until this new feature is supported in Fujifilm cameras, I can't demo it for you, but I can explain what it is. And if you have Canon or if you have Nikon, you can go ahead and try it out as of today. And what that means is that you can start to tether where, your camera is connected into your computer and you're shooting your images. They're traveling from your camera into Capture One, and it's doing all that great stuff. However, suppose the cord's not long enough and you want to get closer to your subject, so you disconnect your camera completely from Capture One. Pull it out, disconnect it. You walk over to your subject, you take your photos, say you take, 50 more shots, okay? Then the very next time you plug your camera back into Capture One, it will then automatically pick up right where it left off and continue bringing those images that are on your SD card into Capture One. Even all of your preset adjustments and naming, everything will be right where it should be, and you don't need to adjust a thing. For those of you that use Capture One for real-time collaboration, you can now share multiple sessions with a single link. So in this example, I've got 3 sessions in my session favorites. To start the sharing process, click on Share Online, and this pop-up window will show you your active ones that you already have shared, and here you can choose your collection. So I could choose each individual one, or I could choose all favorites. I'll go ahead and choose all 3, and that's going to prepare all 3 sessions with a special link that I could then share with the client. But that's not all. Once your client receives the link and then they start to go through your images, any feedback you receive from the client is synchronized right in the app, and their star rating is also reflected. In addition to the new features that I've mentioned today, there are also additional improvements. The image previews now show up faster in the viewer, and the preview files themselves take up less disk space. Another feature that was added to help you work faster are keyboard shortcuts to crop factors. Go into Custom Shortcuts in the Edit Keyboard Shortcuts menu, click on the little plus, and choose Crop Aspect Ratio. Then from here, you can choose the type of crop you want to have the keyboard shortcut mapped to. Now, whenever you type that combination in your keyboard, you'll get the crop tool. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can learn all about the new features that have been added to Capture One Pro 16.3. Now, if you've not yet tried out Capture One, there has never been a better week to jump in and test it out. You can download a free 30-day trial and get access to all of the features that the program has to offer. If you decide to purchase Capture One during this particular Black Friday week, you can get up to 50% off in the store for both new and returning customers. And as a very special bonus for viewers of this channel, I have a special code right here. If you use this code between November 20th or the 27th, you can get the $49 Beyond Film Style Pack absolutely free. Just use the code and it drops down to 0. Remember, that's only valid through November 27th. I will have details about all of this in the description down below this video. And I do want to thank Capture One for both sponsoring today's video as well as supporting the channel. I realize it's been a few weeks since I made a video, but I am so glad to be back and I have got lots of new videos coming. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely see you in a new video very soon. Take care.